This is the Leading Ladies Podcast with Karen Gray, the show that takes you around the world to share interviews with some of the most successful and relevant people on the planet. Hear their stories and get the most important business lessons they've learned on their road to success, and get exclusive access on how to implement their success into your life and business. The Leading Ladies Podcast is brought to you by the Strategic Advisor Board and your host, Karen Gray.
Hey, are you looking to scale your business from 5 figures to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash, and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
Welcome back to the new episode of Leading Ladies with Coach Karen Gray, and today's guest, Jen Wasem. And so you don't forget her name, Jen Wasem rhymes with awesome. And that is what this amazing lady is. She has over 16 years of dynamic leadership in the nonprofit sector. She's also the founder of Generous Living, and she is a distinct.
I'm with you today.
I'm gonna have to do a whole episode on my bloopers. Like, that's gonna be. I'm saving these.
You do need to. You need to do that.
Welcome back to. Oh God, now I get tickled and I can't think.
We could do it at the end. You could tack it in on the front end.
I can. Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies. Today's guest, Jen, is so amazing. I'm so excited to have you here, Jen. We are going to just dive in. We had an off-camera conversation that needed to come on camera, and someone told me never have the conversation in the hallway, and now I know why. Because we started having this conversation, and y'all need to hear this. So Jen has her own company, Generous Living, and she is just absolutely blossoming on LinkedIn. If you haven't followed her, you absolutely need to. But first off, thank you for being here, for having this conversation, for saying yes to someone you had no idea who I was. And you just jumped in with both feet and said yes, and you're here. And now you're sharing your voice to a whole nother market. And that truly is the power of social media. Let's just say that first.
It is. I mean, I don't think our paths in a normal day, in a normal week, in a month would have crossed. And yet I'm so filled with gratitude in this moment that we did. So thank you for the invite. So appreciated.
Well, it's an amazing opportunity, and I love being connected with powerful women who show up and lead by example. And that is what you've done in so many different ways. It's just been such a blessing to me. But let's talk about the conversation that we started having. And I know that there are women all across the nation, probably around the world, who are challenged with, you work so hard to create original content, to lead your clients, lead your teams, lead your company, and you put it out there, and then somebody duplicates it. They rip it off, not just the idea and the concept, but they copy paste. In a world that's even possible, remotely possible, what do you do?
I do a number of things in all transparency. My first response is still irritation.
Yeah, of course. Because you're human and you worked hard.
You worked hard. I'm the type of writer that some of my posts are very intentional. And then some of them are, I'm sitting here in the middle of the day and I've had a conversation and we've encountered this problem and yet we found a solution for it. And so I'm excited. The recipient is excited. And I'm thinking, you know what? She can't be, or he can't be the only one struggling with this, right?
Right.
So let me put this out into the world in the event that there's somebody out there that feels the same way or is going through the same thing, right? Because we found the solution. Yeah. And then to see it on somebody else's feed, I think that's so inauthentic of you. Because you literally did not have that experience. I had the experience. The person I was coaching had the experience. We walked through it together. We found the solution. You did not. And so many times I'm literally able to screenshot. And there may be a few words that have been changed, but for the most part, it's not. And so I have a personal rule of always giving myself 24 hours in any scenario where I'm irritated. I don't respond for 24 hours. If it's still an issue in 24 hours, then I know I need to go back to it. Yeah. If it's not, then I do my best to let it go. A few times I have gone into the post that has been stolen. Let's be very transparent about it. Right. And I've said,
which feels like an IP issue, right? Like that's your intellectual property.
There's a lot of intellectual property issues about this. Yes, you're 1,000% right. And so a couple times I've gone in and I've made the comment in the post along the lines of, "Oh, this so reminds me of what I posted yesterday." And I did that a few times, and it's just not me. It's not my heart. And I've landed on, I like my lane. My lane is creative. Nobody else has my voice.
Right. 100%.
If somebody wants to try and take a post, you're still not me. And in a world where you can be anything, be the original, don't be the copy.
Yeah.
And that is really, and it happened again just over the weekend. Like, I was in the parking lot and I was just scrolling. My husband was in the grocery store and there it was. And I just thought, here we go. And I just told myself, you know what? That's just the cost that you pay from time to time. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it acceptable. It doesn't make it enjoyable. But it is what happens. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to let it take care of itself.
So there's the good old analogy of, what is it? Duplication is the greatest form of flattery.
Yes.
That doesn't feel good.
It doesn't.
It doesn't temper. But also, I struggle because you're misrepresenting this person that's duplicating your thoughts is misrepresenting what they can offer.
Yep.
Because if they didn't come up with the solution or the original post, that means someone may come to them for help. And they can't come up with the solution for that person either because they didn't have what it took to come up with the first post. So that's
they
where
won't be able to deliver. You may be able to copy and paste, but when you actually have to do the job, it will be very obvious to the person that you can't go further than what you have copy and pasted. And, you mentioned that quote, what is it? The greatest form of flattery is duplication or whatever. Yeah. And I've landed on maybe something a little snarkier. And It is that imitation is the greatest sign that you don't have any creativity. And I understand, in nonprofit, we'll see one nonprofit, doing this peer-to-peer campaign, or we'll see this event, or we'll see this 5K, right? But there's always the place where you create it for what works best for your nonprofit, right?
You get inspiration, but you take the inspiration and go create your own.
Exactly. Inspiration is one lane, but absolute duplication is another. And so some people will say to me, well, we're always copying from each other in nonprofit. Inspiration is wonderful. I hope everybody is inspired. Like if you're a writer and you're putting things out into the world, you do it because at the basis of it, you want people to find inspiration and knowledge from it, and you want to help them improve, but not to the point where I'm scrolling and seeing, my post. So.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus? What I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
Yeah. So for someone that is out there, the other thing is, as you said, like they can't replicate your experience. They can't replicate the energy that you bring into the world. So for someone that's being duplicated and someone's taking your IP and repurposing it, what would you tell that person about how they can either protect themselves or just honor who they are and don't let it stop you. Keep moving forward so that you can continue to lead in an authentic and true and genuine way?
That's a great question. Probably in all transparency, one that I am still working through. And I think, to be honest with you, as long as you find yourself, if you personally find yourself in this scenario, you'll always be to some degree working through it. And you're right, it has made me want to stop a few times and not show up anymore.
Yeah, that's probably the greatest travesty to the world is for you to stop.
Yeah. And in my heart, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And so I make myself honestly consistently post once a day. Really for the reason of, in the event that I have this experience on a random Tuesday and I just want to say, forget it, that I still show up on Wednesday. And then usually by Wednesday evening, I've forgotten about it. I will say now, when it comes to like one-on-one strategy with nonprofits, one-on-one coaching, there's NDAs. There's contracts. It is more trackable, right? And more very clear outlines of, this is what I own and this is what you own. And this is what we own together. And so at that point, that is when I feel a little bit better. Right? That's when I feel like, okay, we're working together with this agreement and this creativity. And it's my responsibility as your partner to help you find the most creative campaign that you can to bring in the most revenue and relationships. Right. And I don't stink at that, but at the same time, right, I want you to honor too where that idea came from. And it's not like, I need a byline on everything, right? But it's outlined, it's very clear, and it's very intentional. I think that what is out there, when you put it out there on social media, it's like you're opening your front door and just throwing things like out the front door. And to some degree, whatever happens with it, happens with it. Do I love it? No. Is it the cost of entry some days? Yes. And I do try and encourage people to stay in your lane, know your lane, love your lane, and keep to your voice, because you're the only one who has your voice. Your voice. And anybody who tries to take that, their content is going to be inconsistent because they don't have one theme in their voice going through, through all their posts. And I always just land on, and I know some people wouldn't agree with it, and that's fine. I hear about that all the time too. And that's fine. That's another cost of entry, to be honest with you. If you're going to put yourself out there and put your opinions out there, you have to be ready to hear other people's opinions, and that's fair, right? Mm-hmm. I just recommend that people not get lost in it, show grace, and it's all going to work itself out in the end the right way, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
I also know that in the end, the things that we get so worked up about sometimes are just beautiful triggers that show us something that we need to work on personally. So I say that with love because I'm talking to myself in that moment.
Yes.
If somebody has duplicated me and I immediately get a trigger, what is it about that that really is upsetting? And sometimes it's just, I've worked so hard for someone else to take credit for something that felt like a big boulder that I've moved, or something that was like this huge accomplishment. Feels like it diminishes me. And so the truth is, when we see that the culmination of our journey is the beautiful gift that we offer, it's not about that one post that makes us remarkable.
It's not. And I've had other instances in my nonprofit career with like fundraising campaigns and peer-to-peer campaigns and a lot of the same theme. And I know what triggers me. I'm very clear on what triggers me. And it's really probably not the immediate LinkedIn post. And I have to remind myself, which is why I always give myself 24 hours. What is it about that? Because it's not about, like you say, it's not about that one post. It's never about that one post. And so how
it's
do
never about the nail. Have you seen the video? It's about the nail.
Yeah.
It's not about the nail.
It's not about the nail. It's not about the nail. And then she said, I don't know, I get my sweater snagged and
I've got this headache.
this headache. And he's like, it's not about the nail. And I have to remind myself, like, it's not about this post. It's probably about what happened in this scenario, and what happened in this scenario, and what happened in this scenario. But I will say, it has been a little bit of an encouragement for me to go out on my own with generous living, because I have really moved into a space of, if my ideas are not terrible, then maybe I do have something to offer, right? Yeah. Aside from the way that I have worked for so many years. And maybe, they always say change only happens when the price of staying the same, is more uncomfortable than the price of change. Right. And that's really where I found myself, was I'm done with this. Right? I'm done. No, that's like, I've had it. And so the price of staying the same in that, it was too great. And I couldn't do it anymore because I saw the theme and I knew it was going to happen. It was going to continue to happen. And so I feel like not only does this give me a little more confidentiality, it also gives me more creativity. Yes. And to be able to work with so many different orgs in different capacities, it's such freedom and joy. But you're right. It's not the nail. It's not that initial post. I mean, there's something that's like, okay, what is it that I still need to work on? What is what is this revealing to me about me? And it's not pretty. And so I think but my encouragement to others in that moment is keep going, keep being authentic, keep showing up, be you, own your voice, own your space, own your lane. You have the best words. And even if anybody else takes them, they were yours first, and you will be able to continue to show up day after day after day after day and live in that joy. And if we can move past that, then I think the noisy world of social media and LinkedIn gets a little quieter, because our voice gets a little bit louder. But we have to be steadfast in reminding our own selves of that.
100%. Oh my gosh. Such wisdom, such wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah. For those that want to get connected to you, is LinkedIn the best place to find you, or where?
LinkedIn is the best place to find me. Okay. You can also find me at generousliving.com. Jen, it's generous, Jen, not
I love that. Yes.
So it's a play off of my name. It's so interesting. I used to be on a morning show on the radio. And I was co-host on a morning show, and it was Mark and Jen in the morning. And one morning, Mark left me a note, and he wrote my name, Jen. He said, "Dear Generous," and it was with Jen instead of how you typically spell generous. And I said, "Why did you?" I said, "Why did you do this?" And he said, "Because really, Jen, you're one of the most generous people I know, and it just makes sense." And so, when we officially launched, I had to reach out to him and give him the credit from where that came from. Yes,
I love that. I love when people inspire us to give them their flowers, give them their accolades, just to mention it. For me, one, it just is authentic. It's true.
It is.
And two, it just lends to your credibility of, I operate in integrity. And, people, that's people building people. That's women building women, especially if you're pulling this idea or inspiration from another woman. Just mention that. There's nothing, it doesn't take anything away from you to say, "Hey, I saw Jen Wasem's amazing post and it inspired me, blah, blah, blah," and run with it.
That's it. And I have started to see more of that, which is encouraging. But yeah, I had to follow up with him, and I was like, you know what? So cool. I'm passionate about giving kudos where it is due. And please know that what we do in the day-to-day, that was so long ago that he did that, but it hasn't left me. And just to remind him, what you do matters. And to remind everybody, what you do matters. People remember, and it does make a difference, even if it's leaving somebody a note and spelling, generous with their name.
Well, we all love our names, so I love so that's something that, so my name is Karen, and I have one of my clients that they call me Coach Care, because she says, you care so much.
I love it.
And so I started using that, and especially with all the Karens out there, I like Coach Care better.
Oh,
but
I like that.
It hasn't stuck as much as Karen. So, but I love that. It meant so much to me, because it's the same thing, care with a K instead of C. So
exactly.
But thank you for what you do. We are just grateful for how you lead and how you've helped us see through a new lens today on how we can reframe some things. So, leading ladies, we are just so grateful for you, and we will see you on the next episode with the Strategic Advisory Board and Leading Ladies.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best, and grow, scale, and win.
Thanks for listening to the Leading Ladies podcast with Karen Gray. Please leave your feedback and visit strategicadvisorboard.com to get the latest and greatest best business advice on the planet. Follow us on social media for updates, and we'll see you on the next episode.
magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God, it's beautiful.